I'm in Polyanka, but it was destroyed. This has to be another hallucination.
But if you compare the current apocalypse to the deluge, then we should be compared to Noah and the Metro to the Ark. In which case, the purpose of our survival is exactly to survive.
That's what you get for invoking rationalism to an underfed empiricist.
Stop referring yourself as an empiricist. It's inaccurate and frankly...
We are not alone.
Everyone's alone, you old
Serdar Iskanderov. And you still think we picked enough mushrooms?
Sergei Andreevich? Evgeny Dmitrich? No, you can't be real.
Oh no, not this existential nonsense. Go back from where you came.
Polyanka was unlivable after the attack. All that remained was a graveyard.
Delightful to see you here well, my friend. Sorry for asking, Doctor, but are you all right?
Serdar, excuse me. I am truly concerned as well. But my meal has been needlessly delayed.
Apologies, Doctor, for avoiding the further drama. Can you fetch me the mushrooms from those shells? My friend, tell us, what is this cloud?
Okay, that was a freaky glitch.
Over you?
My wife, she's ill. She had a situation that her son died and could never bring herself to accept it.
Life is overrated, my friend.
Now she's gotten into the hands of some cavemen. They use a pictogram worm for a symbol.
Oh, those children of the Great Worm. It's a cult, a kind of...
Do you know anything about them?
Not as much as I would like.
And what about the place called Hell's Mouth? Ever heard of it?
No, but it sounds cheery.
I don't know where it is.
Serdar, over by the stack of the chairs in that corner. Drop them in the box here. That will be... Ah, yes. I can already feel the life flowing back into me. My esteemed counterpart. The kettle, please.
Oh, do you think those the one that is on those shelves? I'd help, but I'm so behind with my meal.
Curse your villainy. Serdar, quick. I implore you. There's another kettle over there by the cabinet somewhere. Fetch it here. It's got little flowers on it. You can't miss it.
So, you've lost your way, but I think everything runs deeper than asking direction of two friends that you are not sure exist.
I've experienced things. The only explanation that doesn't sound completely irrational is that I've gone literally insane.
Every great discovery begins with defy from explanation. The lack of understanding doesn't mean the lack of something. So that, what about your past?
What do you mean?
The past. Was it ever a time when you had such disconcerting visions?
I wouldn't remember.
Absolutely not. I don't care if it's my turn. Serdar can go.
What's happening?
Despite your handiworks, the business with mutants on this station is sadly
The
unresolved.
Nossalis? They came back?
Yes. And had you blown up the station properly the first time, maybe we could enjoy a mutant-free meal once in a while.
You know, you're our guest, but should you entertain our last requests? The beasts you was fighting last are still here at the south entrance of this station.
Shouldn't you find cover?
You handle those beasts and I handle this one. The gate is just over here.
Remember, this entire section collapsed after I detonated the charges at the gates.
Mechanism? But then why not Akademicheskaya? Why imagine myself in my old station?
Tamir?
Don't play dumb. I know you've been avoiding me. Admit it. You couldn't dig up my dad's book after all.
Your father's novel. I discovered it digging through a stack one of the stalkers dragged through here.
You found it? Is it in your quarters? Let's go! Holy shit. I can't believe you actually tracked it down. That sucker wasn't even in print when I was born.
What was it called again?
The report. Some secret agent shit. Lots of smoking and screwing British spies for Intel and stuff. My mother used to call it the other woman. After he died, of course. He got too pissed if she said it to his face.
They tried to evacuate the women and children through here, but the mutants were already waiting. So then where are the bodies? Or any signs of struggle?
Look, I know I can be a dick sometimes, but you know, not everybody would give a crap about hunting down some stupid childhood bullshit. I appreciate it, Khan. You're okay. This is your bunk, right? Christ. No wonder you avoided me. You're hoarding the entire public library in here. You found it?
I believe this is what you're looking for.
He wrote this when he was my age, you know. Never thought I'd see one again, not after the evacuation. The very last piece of him. I owe you one, Khan. Thanks.
It sounded like Tamir had been waiting a long, long time for that book. Is that what kept him here?
You saw him too then. But how in hell is any of this possible?
You said this, not me. Everything is possible in hell.
I had a friend who said that the last war has turned the world inside out, and the hell is on the surface now. All Tamir wanted was that book. Is that why he never moved on?
You're surprised that the dead are as screwed up as everyone else.
Tamir was right. I was avoiding him. 3 days before the station was attacked, I knew. I was lying here in my bunk and I saw them all die.
Premonition?
I thought I had dozed off, had a dream. And then after it happened, why didn't I tell them?
Why didn't you?
Warning them would have been ridiculous. They have already made sufficient fun of me, calling me Khan and asking how's past life and all of this. I guess I didn't want to feel like an idiot, and I ended up being responsible for their deaths. Whereas, should have I accepted that, all of that, all of what Iana believed in, premonitions, misgivings, me being a reincarnation of Genghis Khan.
Ah, yes. Evgeny mentioned that. He's very interested in what our Mongolian friend has to do with all of this. Why don't you run back to him and keep him up to speed? Meanwhile, I will peruse some of your reading materials and see if anything catches my eye.
Ah, here you are. Did you see any ghosts?
It's either this or schizophrenia. Both are possible. As a doctor, I prefer ghosts.
As a philosopher, I am totally with you. One more thing I am curious about. How is your past life?
Right, that joke. I've been missing it.
Refresh my memory. How did you came to suspect that you was Khan in your past life?
Yana. She persuaded me to try hypnotic regression.
Right. Now important, what did you see when you were on?
I couldn't recall anything when I awoke. Yana and the doctor said I spoke of some... Wait.
Yes?
She said I described a ceremony, and I've dreamt of one recently. Khan was there. I mean, the other one, Genghis Khan.
And how did he look like?
Repulsive, frightening.
Now you tell me about the ceremony.
Was there maybe a woman involved in this ceremony?
How in hell do you know this?
From the good doctor's quarters, and I quote, "While often claiming fate had chosen him, many believe it was the abduction of his bride that most shaped the future the Conqueror Khan would become."
You mean the Genghis Khan wife was kidnapped?
Didn't I just say that? His bride Porta was abducted, and in order to free her, Genghis Khan, then known by his birth name Temujin, fought and won his first
It
battle.
was Yana in my dream. I might have read this book and forgotten about it. Frankly, gentlemen, perceiving this as a nightmare would make much more sense than trying to accept all of these ghosts and reincarnations and...
But maybe accepting it is exactly what you're here for. You have found this station, haven't you? Don't you think there's a purpose in that?
My purpose is to find my wife. And I don't think how this gets me any closer to it.
Okay. None of this exists. Fine, neither of us, nothing. Although I personally feel offended and slightly awkward about non-existing and yet casually chatting. Let's adopt your perspective. Maybe you need a closer contact with your subconscious that has the solution already, but you're too blind to see it.
Ah, clever. The Mongolian tried to tell him something once. Perhaps the second time is a charm.
You want to hypnotize me?
I'd rather see it as a summoning, but feel free to take it as hypnosis. Stand right here for me, in front of the fire. Would you?
All right. What have I got to lose anyway?
Here, drink.
Whether or not we like where it leads us, we reject our destinies at our own peril. Your mind prevented you from seeing something back then. I think it's time to find out what that was. Now, stare into the flame. Think of this fire as a beacon. It beckons you, its warmth, its energy. The fire will expand until it consumes us all. And in its light, that which is hidden shall be revealed. Now, focus your mind on your wife, Khan, and step into the void.
Fascinating. This reminds me of that dream. Of that dream I saw 3 nights before Polyanka fell. It also was confusing. Past intertwined with the present. Imaginary with reality. And then there was the future in it. A hazy, horrible future that came true 3 days later.
That doesn't suggest a memory at all.
It It's almost like an amalgamation of experiences.
He just said that hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened yet.
Genghis Khan, you have returned to repeat your great deeds. We believe in different gods, but in the same truths. Oh, great Khan, you have shed blood before to establish order and peace. And now, we have to shed blood for eternal peace to prevail. You might believe that this is your eternal bride, but must love stand in the way for eternal peace? She must die so others can live. This is her fate. Don't stand in its way.
Petya, where'd you go? Here, Mama!
Are you coming?
The boys go. Gentlemen. Sergei. Evgeny. Into the desert alone, then. What does that priest from my dreams want with Yana?
Petya? Petya?
Petya? The boy followed her voice. If only I could tell what parts of these maddening visions are real or invented.
Mama, where are you?
I can't, can I? And yet, I also clearly do not have the luxury of ignoring what my senses are showing me. So where does that leave us?
Anyone out here? Hello? How am I the responsible one?
Petya. All right, Petya. You seem to know where she is. Lead on.
Petya, are you coming or what?
Yeah, I'm coming.
ghost boy or magic dragon, this may not be my area of expertise, but one does not get to deny the planets exist because they've never built a rocket. God, what a fool I am. The universe may be many things, but a liar it is not.
It's with your own knife that I am sacrificing this land. I am shedding her blood for a different god. But for our common truth. We are different, Oka. But we want the same.
No, this can't be.
We know what destroyed the world in the last war. People with too much power. More power than they were ever ready for. We will wash their memory clean with blood.
Yana, what is this place? Can you hear me? Tell me how to find you.
You know exactly how to find her this whole time. But just like everyone else in this cursed metro, you are staring blindly forward, ignoring the past like it's never happened. And so, while you are chasing all the wrong shadows, the one shall turn!
I have what you seek. Yana! Akademicheskaya? I'm back home. He has to be in the station, she said. But this wasn't where she was supposed to meet him.
Cedar? It's Oksana. What's going on? Where are you?
Oksana. So you're fine after all, huh? Did you find your tarot?
I cannot touch Taro, Cedar.
Because you can't touch anything, right?
I'm real, Cedar. I still don't understand where I am. There's darkness, and it's my talking mind. And there's you.
You're trapped. And if this is what it's like for him, I must find Petya.
Petya? Is she real? Is she alive?
As real as you are. He's waiting for me at some station, she said. Petya is still in Tretyakovska. She'd follow Petya's voice through the smuggler's tunnel. I'll need to retrace her steps from there.
You were gone quite some time. What of Yana?
I saw her, in a way. The hallucinations, or what you call visions, I don't believe they were either. I do not understand what it's saying yet, but I know to listen now, and that's a start. Oh no, Oksana. Trouble ahead.
Did something happen?
What was that? Where are the guards? A dream come to life. No, not life. In my vision, I saw a voracious darkness devour Yana's essence. I'd assumed it was my mind's interpretation of something in the past, but I just almost walked straight into the thing. The worm people were here.
What about your people?
It's bullying all over again.
Focus on killing these.
No, Max, please tell me you are okay. at the smuggler's tunnel. I'm about to enter.
Do you copy? I said, get the fuck down here already!
Oh no!
Don't give me any more of your bullshit about cannibals or witch doctors!
What's wrong?
They killed Max. Why? What did Max do to you, you scum?
I've already killed a bunch of these assholes, and I promise you, they're not made of fucking fairy dust, alright? Hello? Hello? Tasha! God damn it! Ah!
There must be something I can do for him.
Max! Can you hear me, my friend? You Halloween-looking assholes could have done it back when Agravichka was still a steward! Hey! Use your black magic to clean this shit hole up! So I didn't have to! This way of thinking is in council! The rest! Try to make something that resembles civilization again! I did everything right! You
That's too far from darkness. It's returning. Go hide! Hide now!
That phenomenon, it absorbed Max, or rather, annihilated him.
That's exactly how I felt about it. It's the void that you dissolve in.
He was in pain, and if his spirit was devoured, what does that even mean?
It's death, Cedar. The ultimate death for the likes of us. This is how it feels. Please, please, go away. Run. Cedar, the people you helped in the train yard, the ones lost in the dark, you understand what they were now, I assume.
I've come to suspect, yes.
All along, I've heard other voices, like the slave traders, the slaves. So at first, I didn't understand why I couldn't hear those people. That's when it hit me. You are the only one who's heard me since Alex and I were separated.
And with all the wonders you believed in, you didn't suspect.
In my defense, dying isn't something I had a lot of first-hand experience with.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand why I can't hear the voices of others like me. I can't, but you can. You hear all of us. You feel our pain. How do you get to do that?
I don't know. It came slowly to me. It's when I stopped resisting it and forbidding myself to listen that I began to hear. I guess I just stopped being afraid of your kind at a certain point. It's when I felt sorry for you guys.
But here is what upsets me. I can see or hear others. What if Alex? What? Cedar, the people you helped in the train yard, the ones lost in the dark, you understand what they were now, I assume.
I've come to suspect, yes.
All along, I've heard other voices, like the slave traders, the slaves. So at first, I didn't understand why I couldn't hear those people. That's when it hit me. You are the only one who's heard me since Alex and I were separated.
And with all the wonders you believed in, you didn't suspect.
In my defense, dying isn't something I had a lot of first-hand experience with.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand why I can't hear the voices of others like me. I can't, but you can. You hear all of us. You feel our pain. How do you get to do that?
I don't know. It came slowly to me. It's when I stopped resisting it and forbidding myself to listen that I began to hear. I guess I just stopped being afraid of your kind at a certain point. It's when I felt sorry for you guys.
But here is what upsets me. If I can see or hear others, what if Alex? What if he perished as well and looking for me? What if we're trapped in our own worlds? Or what if he is alive but won't be able to hear me?
If your husband shared your fate, then chances are he is still in Tretyakovska as well. Can't carry any more grenades.
When you reach Tretyakovskaya, do you have any idea where to look for Petya?
Yana last heard him near the memorial where I was ambushed.
Alex and I ran into many murders at that memorial over the years. You never met Petya, correct?
No. Yana had a few small photos, but even those were well worn by the time she and I found each other again.
Did you ever visit the memorial?
Yana wanted to go several times, but in my infinite wisdom, I convinced her dredging up the past was unhealthy in her state.
Who's to say what would have happened if you did? Every person who ever visited there tried to reach their loved ones. I imagine it would have been a much more popular place indeed, if they succeeded.
Shit! goodness, Eugenia. You do like to keep me on my toes, don't you?
Eugenia, is someone there?
I just opened the door that leads somewhere entirely different than the last time I was here.
Alex and I used to say the Metro had a will of its own. Not to mention a sense of humor.
I feel I am quite ready to embrace this idea as well. Metro as a living superorganism, and thus like mere flora existing in its gut. The question would be, does it have its own will and consciousness? Or is it the collective and the consciousness of all human beings that populate it?
Anything is possible.
This sounds wise and precise, in particular from a poltergeist, huh?
I don't know if I really like to think of myself as a poltergeist.
I'm sorry, this is a purely technical classification. How would you describe yourself?
I'm a loving soul.
Is it your love that holds you in this world?
I don't think we're so different, Carl.
Can't carry any more grenades.
I don't sense any of the slave traders in the area. You should have some privacy as you look for Petya, but I don't know how long you'll be alone.
Oksana, wait. How would I go about reaching Alex?
My Alex is a scatterbrain. Whenever I had something to do and he'd start to drift off without a single comment, I would start counting backwards loudly from 10.
Like a bomb about to detonate.
More like a rocket. If Alex hadn't come back to reality by 0, I was just poof, gone.
That poor child. Forever singing a lullaby to someone who has long since slept their last.
Somebody singing for a loved one.
One of the many wayward souls here.
It's strange to know someone is singing a song you can't hear.
I can't carry any more vials. I'm at the shrine. If you start us off, I will join in.
10,
10,
9,
9.
I'm here! Oxy, where did you go?
Alex?
Alex, I'm right here. You beat me. Thank you. Oh God. It's such an amazing feeling. Like dropping a burden. Like freeing myself from cuffs that held me bound and caged.
What now?
Our train is coming.
A train?
The train. The train that takes us further.
A train? How is it possible? A train to where? Till then, goodbye, Roxana. Do not understand, but maybe one day I will. All right then, Petya. Something tells me counting won't work for you. What clues have you left me? So, my mischievous friend, what business do you have with me this time, I wonder?
Mama? Mama, can you hear me?
Patia? The boy sounds frightened. Not that I blame him after what I've witnessed inside these walls. Those tubes guided me once, though isolating Petia's cries amidst so many others may not prove easy. Not that it was the first time, but I need to try and listen for the boy nonetheless. There you are, my young friend. So, Khan, not as finished with me as I'd hoped. No, I know this is not actually you. Now I don't know if he's gloating or leading me into a trap.
It's not fair. You always assume everything will be fine. You just run off. How would you like it, Mama, if I did that?
Hello,
Huh?
Petya? Is that you? Are you here? Perhaps he can't hear me like Max.
Hey! That's my mom's bandana. What were you doing with it? You're not one of those pickpocket guys in metro, are you?
Am I a pickpocket?
I watched a whole video about them in school. So if you think you can pull any funny stuff with me, you can't.
Thank you, Petya. I will consider myself warned. My name is Serdar. I'm an old friend of your mother's.
She never mentioned a Serdar before, and she tells me everything. Where is she?
I don't know. She was looking for you in Tretyakovskaya, but we were separated.
Ah! I knew it! I knew I shouldn't have left the station. But I thought I heard her voice, so I came down here. And there were these crazy dogs. It was dark.
Dogs?
Some creatures. I don't know. They were hiding in one of the rooms, not far from here. I tried to get past them, I did, but it was just so dark.
It's all right, Petya. We could look for her together if you like.
You better not be a pickpocket.
I seem to remember having a bandana at some point.
Oh. Good point.
Right. Now, let's see what we can do about your dog problem.
Okay, follow me.
Petya, when you heard your mother's voice, what was she saying?
I couldn't tell. It was so loud back in the station with all those people jamming in there, waiting for the train.
Is that why you left the station?
She always said not to go off alone, but then she did it anyway. I waited and waited, but even the trains never came, and I got worried that maybe something happened, and she got lost. She does that sometimes.
Your mother tried very hard to get back to you, but you were not easy to track down.
I never moved, not even a centimeter. She's terrible at finding her way, even when there's not a crowd. She told me that one time. She even got lost in her own apartment complex for 2 hours.
When she was 15, she'd fallen asleep on her friend Mila's couch and thought she was at home.
You know that one? I know all of her stories by heart. She always says I'm her best friend, so it's part of the deal that she tells me everything. Well, I mean almost everything. I must have forgotten the stories she told me about you. Sorry.
No offense taken. But hey, her and me, we've known each other almost since the same age as that Mila's story. Only then, we've lost trails of each other for a while. They do sound unpleasant.
Maybe we should just call the town to get them. It's really dark in there. I know you got a flashlight and everything, but what if we got separated?
Would you feel better if I lit a path for you? I've heard only the good dogs will venture into the light.
You totally just made that up. But if you wanted to turn on some lights, that would be okay.
Very good then. Wait for the lamps to be on before you follow, all right?
Okay.
Well, suppose that'll have to be it for today. Thanks for watching.